So here I have an intercooler kit from Cxracing. I'm gonna end up putting this on the Skyline. I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap everything and then show you guys what I got or what came with the kit. All right, you see that big gaping hole right there? That is the reason why I got this intercooler right here. Just cover that up. The intercooler would look much better in there than just having nothing there, in my opinion. So here's a setup that we got from Cxracing. We got the 2 pipes, another one here. We got the hoses, clamps. Here's the hoses. I went with the blue because I just thought it would look that much better. And here are the clamps. There's 6, I believe 7 smaller ones which go to the pipes, and there's 2 larger ones that go to the edge of the intercooler. Here's one bracket that will go on top of this one right here, and this one will essentially go on top of the intercooler up there. There's these 2 little brackets. I believe they're for the bottom, to mount to the bottom of the radiator support down there, and I believe that one right there is for the bottom as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. This kit did not come with instructions, so I'm going based off of pictures online, and the pictures online did not have that bracket up there, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. Hopefully the whole install goes well and nothing goes wrong, which is really rare when installing your own parts. So here's the hardware right here. I'm gonna try to figure everything out, see where everything goes, and get started on this. Now all I need to do is get my tools ready, remove the front bumper, drill a hole with a hole saw down there somewhere. I believe it has an indent. I'll show you guys in a bit once I'm doing that process, but I'm gonna go ahead and get everything ready, start taking everything apart, and show you guys the process as I move along. So here's the game plan. So I removed these horns. I'm not sure if I'm gonna mount them to this section right here yet of the bumper and then have them angled at a certain angle, or to the top of the intercooler on the brackets themselves. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll figure that as I go. But so essentially this is a bracket that holds the intercooler. I'm gonna end up mounting it on this section right here, and from there I'm gonna mount it to the other small bracket down there, which will mount to the top of the intercooler, and hopefully that works out pretty well. That's the game plan. I just wanted to show you guys how I'm gonna do it. I'll show you guys after I install it too, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that. All right, so I wanted to show you guys this pipe right here is hard to remove. It has a bolt on this end and then a bolt behind this bracket right here that I'm pointing at. So make sure you get those off or this isn't gonna come off. So this is the last piece that should come off, and so it has 4 screws, one right here, a 12 millimeter, and then 2 right here, but I took off the bracket with a 10 millimeter. And yeah, that was pretty much it. And just unhinged the brackets. I cut mine off because it was in the way and it was old and I'm not gonna use it, so I cut this one off. The other one I just pulled it out. Yeah, that's how you do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that bolt under there and take this off, put the new one on, and it should be good to go. Alright, so we ran into our first problem. So what I'm gonna have to do is take the cutoff wheel and cut this section off right here and right there. The reason being is I need this pipe to come out more this way in order for it to be flush with that. So I'm gonna have to take that one off again and do that. But in the meantime, I'm gonna take my hole saw, cut the hole in there. Let me show you guys. Focus. Alright, so as you guys can see, it has like an indent right there, so that's where I'm gonna cut the hole. And I'm gonna run this piping right here that goes through here, and back in here. So I'm gonna run that piping, put it on, and then I'm gonna fix that one after. Alright, so I cut the hole and I hit it with my Dremel. I painted it. I'm just waiting for the paint to dry. And I got this little foam kind of thing right here with the double-sided tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this around the edges so that way the piping doesn't get scratched up, and then do it the same on the other side, even though the other one I already scratched up. But oh well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. In the meantime, let the paint dry, finish putting on this piping, and then go to the other side. All right, the intercooler's on and the front bumper I'm just test fitting to see if it fits. Yeah, these clamps right here kind of suck. They kind of do suck. Yeah, it broke the bolt. So as soon as you tighten it just a little, well, not a little, but it's your hand tightening it and you turn it too far, it's gonna snap. I snapped 2 of them already. So let me show you guys the situation that we have here. So if you're looking at the intercooler, it's slanted down on the driver's side, which would be the left that we're looking at right now. You can see it's like angling down to the left. Yeah, so I don't know what's wrong with it. Maybe it's the brackets, maybe it's the piping. I just need to go through the whole thing. I ended up putting this bracket down here and it was for the bottom and it actually fit pretty good, but I just need to figure out why this intercooler is sitting the way it is. And then this pipe right here is like super close to the fan. I tried it on when I turned on the car. It was hitting at first, so I had to keep adjusting and tweaking it until it was just right. So yeah, there's a lot of tweaking going on with this kit. I'm gonna have to mess with the whole thing until I get this intercooler to sit right. And I trimmed off a little bit because the intercooler is not sitting right, so yeah. Alright, so it's the next day, the intercooler is on, and I thought I would be happy with the way it sits, but you could tell it looks really slanted if you look at it closely. And I believe it was a pipe on the driver's side. I reviewed my footage and I saw that when I was putting on the pipe, it brought the intercooler out as I was putting it on, and maybe because the intercooler wasn't bolted down all the way, I don't know. but I gotta go through this whole thing again and make sure everything is aligned, make sure everything is bolted down properly. But yeah, I gotta go through the whole thing again, and it's gonna suck. I'm also gonna revert back to the OEM clamps. The new ones that I got with the kit, I really do not like. They break easily and it takes forever to tighten them up. But yeah, I'm gonna revert to the OEM clamps. All right, now it's sitting a million times better. So what I did is I looked at the pictures on this bracket and tried to line them up exactly the same on how the pictures were. I'll set the pictures right here to show you kind of what I'm talking about. And what I ended up doing with the intercooler, I ended up flipping it because it has a serial number on the top, and in the pictures of the other car, I noticed that the serial number was on the driver's side. So I flipped the intercooler around, and for some reason it's sitting super straight, super flush, and like just straight all the way through. So what I'm gonna do now is fix this thing right here that got messed up because this was on the back side, and then these stupid horns kept falling back there and messing that up. So I'm gonna fix these little things right now, and after I do that, I'm gonna bolt everything up and ready to go. All right, so the intercooler is finally on and straight, and no thanks to this guy, the silicone hose, yeah, was a little too short, so I ended up reverting to the OEM one, which helped a lot better, and it gave me more wiggle room for this fan issue right here. Hopefully I don't have that issue anymore and it stays that way. It did hit in the beginning, but not anymore, so hopefully it stays that way and it'll be good to go. I also wanted to say that I had to trim this piece right here because the intercooler piping was hitting, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm fine with it, and front bumper looks good. All right, so CX intercooler racing kit is on, and if I had to rate it from a 1 to a 10, I would probably give it a 7 or 8 due to the fact that they didn't provide the installation guide. That would have helped out a lot, especially with the upper piping that wasn't just not lining up right, and it still hits the fan when I turn on the car for a few seconds and then it cuts off. Maybe I might have to trim the fan down like a 1/4 inch. I don't think it will affect anything. If you think it will, comment down below, let me know what you think. It's not going to be much. It's just hitting just a tiny bit. When I close the hood, it brings the pipe down just a little bit and it starts hitting the fan, which I am not happy with. Maybe it's the way I installed it, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you could mess with it, move it around a little bit, but there's not much wiggle room in there. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but this is why we need the installation guide to tell us exactly how it goes, or what angle, or just how exactly you should set up the system. But I'm pretty sure I set it up right, and it just wasn't lining up. It just wasn't budging. So I might have to trim the fan down a little bit, but that's about it. And the rest was pretty simple. I mean, it wasn't too hard. It's just the fact that you have to line everything up perfectly in order for it to fit right. And once again, if we had an installation or instructions, that would have made that job that much simpler. But with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, Ed Range, peace out.